an arrest has been made in the case. Kristin Brock's 17-year-old daughter, Sarah Grace Patrick, has been taken into custody and charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault in connection with the deaths of her mother and her stepfather.
Welcome back to Opening Statements. I'm Julie Grant. So this morning, we're giving a voice to victims and talking about what's ahead for 17-year-old accused parent killer, Sarah Grace Patrick. We're looking ahead to her upcoming bond hearing, and police say that this 17-year-old shot and killed her mother, Kristin, and her stepfather, James Brock, at their Georgia home back in February. In public, just days after the murders, though, she delivered a heartfelt eulogy. The video was posted to Facebook by a family relative.
I just wanted to say goodbye to my mama and Jamie since we never got the chance to. I was so used to you guys always being here to the point that I never once thought to imagine y'all not being here. I didn't have a single clue how much I needed y'all until now. Although there's nothing we can do to bring them back, we still have control over how we treat people with us today. I love you guys, and so do I. And so do they. I'm sorry.
Now, that's not all. Sarah Grace also went to TikTok. That's right, she went to different true crime sleuths about her parents' murders. Take a look.
He doesn't know it, but a year from now, our family will be torn apart. And I will be far away and won't see or talk to him for 5 years. I'm feeling so
Let's talk about this. We're days away from her bond hearing. Of course, she wants to be let out. You know how I feel about that. I told you right at the start of this show how I feel. But let's dive deeper into what kind of a potential danger this 17-year-old is. She's being charged as an adult. Let's talk about all of the different aspects at play here. Her behavior, what does it indicate? Does she need some serious treatment from here on out? Let's bring in our expert guests, criminology expert, Dr. Debbie Goodman, and psychology expert, Dr. Sue Kornbluth. Good morning to you, ladies. Wonderful to have you on the show.
Good morning.
Let's start, please, with the criminology. Dr. Debbie, tell us what you see here with the behavior that's been alleged to have been done by this child.
Certainly, and good morning. You know, the optics of this case, Julie and Dr. Sue, I think that's what's really unsettling for a lot of people. We have this 17-year-old girl. We don't expect a child to be involved in a double homicide. What do we expect? A 17-year-old should be going to school, learning, growing, developing, setting goals, interacting with friends and such. So when it comes to should she be let out, I say absolutely not. And we do have, Julie, as you know, and Dr. Sue, the top reasons, if you will, in these kid killers' minds as to why potentially they would kill a parent, first of which, of course, is mental health, many of whom have severe depression, psychosis, neurosis, schizophrenia. Others are grappling with drug and or alcohol use, abuse, addiction. The third of which would be any type of abuse going on in the home, emotional, physical, sexual. And then lastly, and interestingly, is about dating. You know, sometimes these teenagers who want to date, the parents are either against dating, period, until a certain age, or they're not in favor of the individual with whom the child wants to date and interact. So I know we're always looking for a why. I think on this case, we will get the why, but I would not let her out. I think she's a danger to others and potentially to herself.
Dr. Debbie, thank you for the assessment. I really appreciate it. Let's turn to the psychology that was behind this. Dr. Sue, how we wish you could personally evaluate this child, 17 years old. It stuns me to think this has been allegedly carried out by a 17-year-old, but that is the allegation. What do you think could have been going on in this child's mind if she did what police say she did?
Good morning to both of you. You know, Dr. Debbie said a lot of good things right there that I agree with. But let me be clear on this. This is a young lady who has had tremendous trauma, it appears, in her life. So, there was a contentious divorce going on with her parents. There were drugs and alcohol and all these things involved that I read about yesterday. My concern with her is that what she did on TikTok shows a need for excessive attention. And that is why I believe that she should not be let out on bail, because there are some severe mental health issues going on here that need to be evaluated, and she needs to be kept safe somewhere. And if that's in jail, then it's in jail to determine what is going on here. It seems to me that was just living inside of her head, probably had no one to talk to about what was going on in her world. She was on the move a lot, going from home to home. We don't know what happened in her own home, if there was any kind of abuse. But like Dr. Debbie says, she could be a danger to others and to herself. So keeping her in jail right now is best for everyone.
Dr. Sue, thank you. Really appreciate the insights. I have a clip from Sarah Grace's grandfather. And Grandpa does not believe that she could have done this. And it's important to point out he was not in the home, so he is not a fact or witness to this case. This is somebody who's just kind of speaking to her character and saying, and here he talks about her experience with rifles, but not with handguns. Let's watch.
She was here, and whenever we shot guns, they were rifles. I never saw her shoot a pistol, but I just can't imagine, the accuracy that gun had in her hands. I don't think it could happen.
Okay, Dr. Debbie Goodman. It was a handgun, according to police, not a rifle. That's why he's saying that. Your thoughts on this, young lady's capabilities in terms of using a firearm to commit this homicide?
Yeah, absolutely. The capability is high, Julie, and we wouldn't necessarily think otherwise in terms of what the grandfather would say, what the father would say. Of course, as you, Dr. Sue, the Cordies, and I know, there will be denial. It's just a tough pill to swallow when the family members have been lost. What we know about victimology, primary, secondary, tertiary. Primary victims, of course, Mr. and Mrs. Brock. Secondary would be the grandfather, the father, extended family members who are grieving the loss of their loved ones. And then tertiary, the rest of us, because it's just so unsettling and disturbing, again, to think that any type of double homicide would take place. That alone is so shocking. And secondarily, that it would be at the hands of a child. But yes, Julie, one is capable when one sets the mind to it. We say in criminology, mens rea, actus reus. First, it's the intent to do the harm, to participate in the killing. And then secondly, would be the actus reus, actually taking the action.
Oh, that's great information. Dr. Debbie, thank you for that. I sure hope that someone from whomever worked this case, if it was the local sheriff's department, county police, whomever it was, I sure hope somebody swabbed her hands for gunshot residue. When she made that call and they respond, I sure hope that that was done. Don't know if it was, because remember, she placed the call after her younger sister, who was 6 at the time, found her parents shot to death in their bed. It appears this happened when they were sleeping. And then she made the 911 call. So the details are limited, as you ladies know. Dr. Sue, going to the fact that they were shot in their sleep, at least as we can tell, shot in their sleep in bed together, sounds like an ambush by somebody. What does that say psychologically?
Well, it's a great question, Julie. I think what it says is there was rage and anger, and perhaps it could have been plotted. And I feel, this is my opinion, that a lot of more information is going to come out about what was going on in this home. And I think you're going to find that there were tons of abuse going on. This is my gut feeling. I think, we talked about this case, I think a week or two ago, you and I said a lot more information was going to come out, and a lot more family dynamic information has come out now. And, she's innocent until proven guilty. But I think severe abuse can cause a child to snap, and possibly that is what happened here. And I think that she has been enraged since she was a little girl. I probably would bank on it that she felt her voice was never heard in this family, and that she erupted and possibly killed them. But we shall see. It's a very scary case.
It is very scary. And of course, we always value your insights, Dr. Sue and Dr. Debbie Goodman. Dr. Sue, to your points, I just have to give our little disclaimer here. We don't know, we at Court TV do not know if this child was abused in the home. We have no idea. This is Dr. Sue's theory. Just want to be clear on that. And we will wait and see what comes out the bond hearing, because that's something we'll be listening for. Something like that could very well be said. We shall see.